Well, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here. As you might have guessed, I'm in the Corvette. Those of you that don't know, this is a 2017 Chevy Corvette Stingray. And I thought I'd get on here and talk a little bit about 5 things that I really like about it. You know, you get a new car, you gotta do a 5 things video. So stay tuned. Okay, first thing, and this is what draws everybody to the Corvette, right? Are its looks, its appearance, its style. I mean, this car for years for me has always been one of the best looking cars on the road, even in its awkward years. And you know, they had some awkward years, right? But I think they've really come full circle on this car. I mean, you go way back to when it first came out, it was gorgeous. In the middle, it was good looking. And now it's gorgeous again. Love the car, love the style of it. Secondly, surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, is the power. This is the most powerful car I've ever owned. It's 455 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. I mean, that's amazing. And I know there are faster cars out there, but I'll tell you, for the money, for the bang for your buck, you cannot get a better car than a Chevy Corvette. I mean, it is awesome. Fast, powerful, responsive, handles excellently. Really nice. Next, and this might be a little bit surprising, I guess, and that is comfort. I must admit, when I got this car at first, I was a little leery because I thought, you know, it sits low, you got to climb in and out of it, it's going to be confined and cramped inside. Now, I will say, it does sit low. You do have to climb down in, you do have to climb up and out, but it's no worse than any other sports car. I had a Porsche Boxster, and it was the same way, except the big difference, I guess, is there seems to be, perception maybe, a lot more room in the Corvette than there was in the Porsche Boxster. And I know it's a smaller car, but I always thought that the Corvette would be comparable interior-wise as far as size goes. But there is it seems to be a lot more room in here than what the Boxster had. Again, very surprising and a very welcome surprise for me. Technology. Man, this car is full of technology. It's just amazing to me what they've put in this car. I can't think of anything that it doesn't have or that it doesn't do that I'd want to do while in a car. One thing that well, there are many, but one thing that I particularly like, and I know a few cars do this, but that's the heads-up display on the windshield. You can set it many different ways depending on what you want, but it's nice to be able to have the speedometer in front of you so that you don't have to keep looking down, especially in this car, because believe it or not, you tend to want to drive fast in this car, and it's nice to know where you're at speed-wise depending on where you are on the road or in what speed limit you're in, I guess. All kinds of stuff. And one thing I really like about the tech in this car is a lot of it is customizable. You can customize it the way that you want it, and that's pretty cool. It gives you a more personal attachment to the car, I think, and it lets you get the things that are important to you. I mean, there are other cars I've had before that have a lot of different features and stuff on it like that, but they're not customizable. You know, I don't always need to know how many RPMs I'm turning, you know. Some other things that you just don't need to know all the time. And it's nice to be able to make the car my own, if you will, I guess. Lastly, I guess something that I've come to realize as I've had the car for a little bit is tradition. You know, Corvette has been around, I think, for, if I'm not mistaken, 75 plus years. And it's an icon. It's an American icon. It's a sports car icon. And there's a lot of tradition that goes into to owning a Corvette, or tradition that you feel anyway. I'd kind of compare that to like a football program. You know, here in Ohio, especially in the city of Columbus, where we have a certain football team that we happen to have here in Columbus, Ohio, and it's often talked about tradition, and it's kind of like that with the Corvette. There's a lot of tradition in this car. It's always been a cool car. It's always been, except for maybe its again, awkward years, a cutting edge car. And they've really come back to that with this version, I think. Hit all the marks, given us everything that we want. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here. I've had the car for a little bit now, and go over the 5 things that I really love about this car. You notice I said love, not like. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Please click subscribe if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day. Bye.